Okay. We're here. We're back. It's 3 for the money. New episodes every Thursday. Week 2 is over, and now we're on to week 3. Um, yeah, a bunch of crazy shit happened last week. Had a miracle cover by the Rams. Um, but before we kind of dive into the slate this week, I think we got to start this off and say Bandit is super white lava, red hot.
Molten,
The
molten hot, molten lava hot.
the
He
boy
can't.
knows
He can't be stopped.
he knows ball. He
That's all he
knows
knows.
ball.
Yeah,
If
that is all he knows
if Bandit knows one thing, it's ball.
for sure. It's just like he's better than all of us. Like his ROI is just through the roof because he hasn't lost.
Yeah, I mean
He
you
hasn't
can't
Yeah,
lost yet.
yeah.
you can't have a bad ROI if you don't lose.
Yeah, that's that's just insane. 2 Thursday night picks in a row, and then his parlay hit not fully because Panthers pushed, but it still went through.
That's still a dub.
Hey,
Like the
that's
That's
parlay
still
still
like
wins.
yeah, like that's you're still up 6.5 units. So overall, Bandit's up like probably almost 9 units now,
yeah, like a billion units.
and he's a dog.
He's
He's not even a
He's
person,
not a person. He's an animal.
and he's so much better at this than
He's
us.
better than anybody in the country right now betting on the NFL.
it's it's just incredible. Just never been done before. Put him in the Hall of Fame. So
I mean,
follow the Twitter, follow the TikTok. That's where he posts his picks. You know, he always be posting. Um, I mean, I'm gonna take his picks. Um, but all right, just had to mention that he can't be stopped.
and he won't be. He's gonna keep it going.
And he won't be. Yeah, got to keep the streak going. Um, but yeah, we're back. It's week 3. For me, week 2 was just okay. I went 6-5 somehow, but I did lose my surefire bet. I have yet to win one of those. I'm pretty bummed about it because it's kind of like not really making me money here. So, but we're gonna try to improve on that. Although shout out the Rams, they did cover. That was insane. That was just an insane cover. He didn't have to do that.
He
They,
knew the spread, like, right? Like, I know
He,
he's not going to
yeah,
say it, but he
I
knew
mean,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
This guy's known like every play he's called since like he was in college. Like he knew the spread,
yeah,
yeah. He for sure knew it.
and
He might have gotten a call from upstairs.
his reasoning was like, I didn't want to get Matt Stafford hurt. It's like, yeah, it's kind of hard to do that on a knee down. So let's just kick field goal.
It's just
yo,
crazy.
I'm not complaining.
Oh no, not
Oh,
at
I
all.
will never
I
complain.
love it.
Yeah, I
I
love
would
it.
do if I was a coach. I would like as soon as the line came out, I'd be like, all right, I'm covering this number. Whatever I do, I'm covering this number.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't bet it because that would be frowned upon, but I'd cover it.
I think
I'll
the
do it.
49ers were just a good team, and the Rams were a great team. That's what it comes down to.
They
Really.
covered.
They covered. They're a great
No
team.
one cares about winning.
Yeah, no.
All that matters is if you cover.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, Chris, how did you do last week?
Pretty much the exact same as you will. Lost my surefire. I went 6-5-1. Shout out to the Panthers for pushing on Monday night, which was insane. They did not move the ball at all the entire game, and they get a touchdown in the last minute and a half of the game to get the push. Love it. Shout out Bryce Young. But yeah, Record's not good so far. I am. Let's see. Let me find it. 11-15-1. So slowly but surely digging out of that hole I dug for myself in week 1.
Unit
by
bet
unit.
every single game.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that was a mistake.
It's okay. You're excited. You just jumped
I
the
was
gun a little
so
bit. It's
excited.
okay.
Yeah.
It happens
I
to the
don't
best of
regret it. I'm just not going to do it again.
Yeah. Sean, how did you do?
I went 8, 5, and 1. So not bad. Hit my Surefire pick, second week in a row. The only plus odds bet that I hit this week was the Steelers money line, which I also had. I put a unit and a half on the Steelers money line and the spread. So I came out pretty on top for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
In general. So that was nice. But unfortunately I was playing, my opponent in fantasy had the Steelers defense. So
Oof.
Lost that one.
Oof.
It's fucked up because he also had Deshaun Watson, and it's like every Deshaun mistake is also still his gain.
That's chess, not checkers.
Yeah, that's 3D chess. He was playing 3D chess, and I'm playing with sticks in the backyard.
Real quick, going back to Monday night, I did hit, since it was doubleheader, I did parlayed over 3.5 field goals in both games, cashed. And there's another Monday night doubleheader this week, so I'll be doing the exact same thing.
I might tell you on that one because that seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, just rooting for field goals.
Also
which the Panther.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so the Panthers Saints over 3.5 field goals hit in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to care about that game anymore after that.
That's good because that game blew.
Sucked.
Yeah, that game sucked.
The Steelers Browns was actually decent. It was actually a pretty good game.
It was bad football, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was a fun game.
It was very fun.
That was college football being played by professional athletes.
Yes, it was awesome.
Oh, incredible.
That game just lasted a million years, though.
Dude, it was so long. It got to halftime, and I was like, we're only halfway through this shit? Are you serious?
Yeah, I texted y'all. I was like, my internal football has this, almost the fourth quarter. I looked up, there's 9 minutes left in the third. I was like, what are we doing here? I want to go to bed, man.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy shit happened Monday.
Yeah,
I was kind of struggling. But just to backtrack a little bit, we had a friend of ours give out a prop literally 2 minutes before the Titans game of Nick Folk over 1.5 field goals, and I hopped on that as quick as I could. I have my bet slip, and it says that I placed it at 11:59:48. Which means I only had 12 more seconds left to place the bet. But
my God.
Nick Folk walked it off with a Titans win and a gambling dub. So shout out to the GOAT.
That's awesome.
That was
I believe in Nick Folk.
Yeah, he's
I believe in him for the first 2 games of the season. So, but yeah. That was last week, but now we're on to this week. And I'm going to try to do better. It's getting kind of depressing. My record's positive, but
so you're
I'm losing
better than me.
Surefire.
I suck.
But I'm losing these Surefire bets, and I'm like, man. And I upped my unit size this year. So it's like I'm kind of feeling it right now. And college just blew my asshole. This past week, this was not a good week. We don't have to talk about that if we don't want to.
I've just been moping around since Saturday about college football because literally everything I did was wrong. It was wrong. I went like 0-12. It was a horrible day.
Some say
And
that's harder than going 12-0.
I mean, I it felt pretty easy. Wasn't that hard for me, apparently. And I'll tell you, that's not the first time that's happened either.
Oh,
Which is even
it's
worse.
not the first time for me either.
So, but let's move on. It's a new
Yeah.
week.
Positive vibes.
Yeah.
Positive vibes. All right, the first game we're going to talk about in week 3. Surprise, surprise. It's the Titans. The Titans are playing the Browns in Cleveland. The Browns, as of right now, are currently favored by 3.5. I got all my lines from BetMGM. They've kind of moved a little bit since the beginning of the week, but I think I know where I want to go. But where do you want to go, Chris?
I was hoping you don't go to me first on this one. I want to go Titans +3, but I can't tell if I'm a prisoner of the moment just watching the Browns play. I'm taking, obviously, the terrible Nick Chubb injury out of it. Deshaun Watson was horrific. Like, he
Yes.
played about as bad as a quarterback could play. So I don't know if I'm just like, oh, well, he's going to be like that again. Or it's like, well, Deshaun Watson has a history of just fucking the Titans. So my brain's kind of is in a pretzel right now. I want to go Titans +3, but I'm open to suggestions. Which whoever has one, I'm all ears.
I'm gonna stay as far away from these spreads and money lines as possible for this game. I'm just gonna go over 39.5. I think. I mean, okay. So, in the past 8 games that the Browns and Titans have played, they are 7-1 on the over. So, and
Yeah,
this is extremely low. This is an
it is.
extremely low total. And I mean, the last time the Browns and Titans played was in 2020, which was the COVID year, and that over under was set at 54.5, and it
Holy
went
shit.
way over.
I don't even think I remember that game.
I mean,
That was like
it's the
Derrick
COVID
Henry
year,
fumbled.
so.
I think that was Derrick Henry fumbled like pretty early in the game, and we were back like 14-0, and we spent the whole game just trying to claw back.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they got up to a massive lead real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And we
I
started
remember
scoring
that.
more points.
I remember the
Back
second
on.
half. Well, yeah, it was better, but yeah, they got up to it was like 30-0 at halftime, wasn't it?
It was something like that. It's coming
Yeah.
back to me now. I kind of remember this game a little
I
bit.
remember it was wasn't like Dolly Parton involved with it somehow?
Yeah, I believe
That just
so.
feels disrespectful
Was she? I'm pretty sure she was.
on our part. That just feels really
Yeah.
disrespectful. on
Oh
our
yeah.
part.
How dare
We're
we?
not. Yeah. We're not, getting a dub in front of the queen. But
Well said.
yeah. Let's see. I was gonna go Titans +3.5, but yeah, man, you make some great points, Sean.
I mean,
And
Titans are 2-0 against the spread. They
I
can
was
cover the
also
spread.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
also thinking Monday night, the Browns, like I said, were a disaster on offense, and they still scored 22 points.
Mm-hmm.
And the Titans have a good defense. The Steelers have an elite defense.
Yeah.
So it's like if they can score 22 on them, they score more than that on us, probably. Just football math. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that over 39.5.
I think I'm gonna do that as well.
Yeah.
I think it's just the safest option.
When in doubt, take the over.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll be 3-0
Fuck
after
it.
the first quarter, probably.
Fuck it. I'm taking the over. Next game. Falcons at Lions in Detroit. Lions are home favorites by 3.5. Sean, I'm going to throw it off to you for this one.
Okay.
And I think I can predict what you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say over 46.
I am not.
Oh,
But it's not the opposite. So I'm not taking the under. Um, I think the Falcons are pretty damn good.
hmm.
I think
They
they
got,
can.
yeah.
I think they're pretty damn good. I'm gonna take. I'm not gonna take them straight up here, even though I think they could beat the Lions. But I'm gonna take the +3 here. That's my pick. I've been. I'm sorry, 3.5. I've been racking my brain about it for the past 2 days, and more of me just wants to take this 3-point underdog on the road. It just like this screams trap for Lions betters to me. This line kind of doesn't make any sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Why is it 3? They were favored with the Seahawks by 5.5 and lost just because they beat the. I think the Lions are a good team and they can compete, but just like last year, they're going to come out with a slow start. And yeah, you got that dub against the Chiefs. Congratulations. But this this Falcons team can run all over you every which way. And I got to keep riding with the Falcons. I think I've rode with the Falcons for the past 2 weeks now. And it's just they're just kind of becoming my ride or die at this point. I'm riding them until they lose.
You make some very good points there.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
Well, what you thought Sean was going to take is what I'm taking, over 46.5. I think the Lions, or excuse me, I think the Falcons are better. Like, that sounds weird to say. The Lions cannot stop the run whatsoever. Kenneth Walker ran all over them on Sunday. And I think Bijan is going to do, and the whole stable of running backs they have is going to do the exact same thing. I do not trust the Falcons defense, though. That's why I'm not taking them straight up. That's why I'm taking over 46.5. The Lions will get their points. They always do. It seems like they always, I mean, they have a great offense. That's why, but they always find a way to get their points. I think this is a shootout. I think both teams could get into the 30s, honestly.
I
I
do
agree.
like the over a lot.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm taking the over.
Let's go.
Surprise. um, but yeah, like it's if this is like the Lions teams of the past couple years, it's like yeah they're gonna have a slow start, but they're still gonna score points. And these past 2 weeks with the Falcons, they can definitely put up points, and so it's gonna be points, and that's what I'm seeing here. And Sean was like, I'm racking my brain for the past 2 days. I was definitely not racking my brain with this. I immediately saw this and I was like, oh, that's an over right there.
Before I even looked at the line, I was like, as long as this isn't in the 50s, I'm taking this over. Even if
Yeah.
it was in the 50s, I'd still probably take it. I'd just be pretty nervous about it. But the fact that it's 46.5, give it to me.
Yes. I fully agree. All right. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Washington Manders. The Manders are dogs by 6.5. Okay. It's my turn to go first. So I guess I'll go first. Um, I'm taking the Manders plus 6.5 here. I think the past 2 weeks they've really shown that they have a dog in the fight. They're 2-0. Bills aren't. Um, they're 1-1. I worry about this being like a backs against the wall type of situation for the Bills, and they're just going to smoke them. And I can easily see the Bills just smoking the Commanders. Um, but I think that this has big trap potential right here. Um, just because like Vegas will set this line to 6.5 to make people think, oh, it's Josh Allen and the Bills. They're going to smoke the Commanders. They're gonna kill him. They're gonna murder him. It's not even a touchdown. That's why they want you to take that -6.5 because it's not even a touchdown. So I'm taking +6.5. Washington Commanders. Sam Howell. I he's he's really bad in the first half, is what we've learned from these games. But then he comes back in the second half and he's a dog. And so I'm riding with Sam Howell. There we go. Chris, I see you writing something down. What do you think about this
Well,
game?
well, thank you for asking. I'm taking over 44.5. I think this is points, points, points. The Commanders' defense is nowhere as good as I thought it would be. I thought they would shut down fraudulent Russell Wilson. They did not. He looked like the Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson. So I cannot trust the Commanders to stop Josh Allen. So I'm taking over 44.5. I think it's a trap meet, honestly. I don't think I don't think the Bills defense is very good either. Like they played pretty well against the Raiders, but the Raiders have Jimmy G, who's meh, and Devontae Adams, who's obviously amazing, but they have one good player. Everyone else is mediocre at best. I think the Commanders will get their points, and over 44.5, I think is kind of low for this game, so I'm taking it.
Hell yeah. Sean?
Um, man, the more you guys talk, the more that I am undecided. Man, this one had my brain in another pretzel. Honestly, see, like with these spreads, like you just said, Chris, like you see the Bills playing the Commanders, and to like an average bettor, it would be like, oh, the Commanders stink. I'm taking the Bills. But 6.5 point underdog at home, that's
That's a lot of
that's
points.
a lot of points. And like I almost want to put half a unit on that and half a unit on the over, just because you also made some really good points about, just points, points, points. I mean, I don't know if y'all so I think it was the Cowboys Jets game where they just like I think Fox just turned it or CBS just turned it off. And
Yeah,
they were
'cause it
like,
sucked.
yeah, it's like we're
It was
Yeah.
going to
like
the
40-10.
yeah, like we're going to Commanders at Broncos. And I was like, okay. And then like the more I watched, I was like, man, this Sam Howell guy, he's kind of he can he can put up numbers if he wants to.
He can sling it, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to split half a unit for each of those picks. So I'll have two picks in that game. I'll take Manders +6.5 and over 43.5.
Gotcha.
Let's go.
Um, Will, you made an excellent point about this. The Commanders have both games have started very slow. So for that reason, I'll also be having to double dip. Bills first half -3.5.
That sounds like a winner.
Yeah, like I mean they trailed at halftime to the Cardinals, I believe,
Yeah.
and they were down what 3 touchdowns at one point against the Broncos. So yeah, Bills first half -3.5. That seems like a winner.
All right. Cool, 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 cool.
Cool,
All
cool, cool.
right. Next game, Sunday night football. Steelers at Raiders. Raiders are favored at home by 2.5. Okay. Um, that line does not make a lot of sense to me. I kind of hate it. I'm the more I just look at it, I'm like feeling less and less confident in my pick. But I'm gonna fucking roll with this. All right. I'm taking the Steelers +2.5 here. I mean, it surprise, surprise, the Steelers have an elite defense. Yeah, it's not a surprise.
You could have said that in like every year since 1972, and it would have been factual.
Exactly. Like and the Raiders, they kind of stink. Like, and the Steelers have playoff aspirations. The Raiders, I mean, I guess the players do, but like, if you're a fan, like, I don't really think that you can compete in that division or with anyone.
Damn. Beat the Broncos.
Ooh.
Yeah, by one.
So did Sam Howell.
It's fair.
Yeah. So I'm taking the Steelers. I mean, Jimmy G is a system QB. TJ Watt's going to wreck their shit. I'm rolling with the Steelers. It's 2.5, not even a field goal. I think Vegas wants people to take the Raiders because they're at home. They're essentially calling this game a pick 'em because home field advantage counts for like 3.
Mm-hmm.
So really, the Steelers are kind of favored. If you think about it, don't think about it too much. You don't have to think about it too much.
Okay.
But I like that math, Will. I like that.
Yeah. Sean, what do you think about this game?
So, I do like the Steelers here, and I do have a stat to back this up. Mike Tomlin is 17-8 on Sunday Night Football, and if anything, I think we just keep rolling with Mike Tomlin stats because he's like 10-0 on 11-0 now on Monday Night Football.
At home.
I saw
at home.
The Steelers haven't lost a home Monday Night Football game in like 20 years.
That's crazy.
Like, what are we talking about? I wish I would have known that last week.
Yeah, I was taking the Steelers anyways, but
I mean, yeah, but I would have put a lot of money on them if I knew that.
That's why I put 1.5 units, but I digress. So I don't think I'm gonna take the. I don't think I'm gonna take the spread here. I think I'm gonna take them straight up at plus 130. I mean,
okay.
Raiders, like you said, they're not impressive.
Mm-mm.
They're not impressive on either side of the ball. At least the Steelers are impressive on the defensive side of the ball. And God forbid that Steelers have Pickens is their only like real good offensive player. But I like the Steelers here. I think they get back-to-back primetime dubs. And they'll make a case that they could compete in their division.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
What do you think, Chris?
I like what Sean said. Honestly, you almost swayed me, but the line just feels a little too trappy for me. So I'm gonna go total again, under 43. The Steelers have, like we just all have said, an incredible defense. The Raiders don't have a very good offense. The Steelers' offense is atrocious. Like they had -7 yards in the fourth quarter on Monday night.
Yep.
-7.
And they scored a touchdown.
They went backwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shit. Like, I know the Browns have a phenomenal defense, but I think the Raiders. I said the Raiders' defense was atrocious. I think they're not as bad as I thought they were. They'll probably look like world beaters against Matt Canada and his dumbass play calling. So under 43, also primetime under. So, which I guess, hit one of them last night. So, or Monday night, excuse me. So yeah, under 43. It's probably gonna be a stinky game, honestly, but that's where the Steelers thrive. So
next game, we got the Rams at the Bengals. Monday Night Football, one of the Monday Night Football games. Bengals are home favorites by 2.5. Rams look pretty good. They don't look terrible. Like this Puka Nakua dude, this guy's a straight dog. This guy he's crazy, man. I
Super Bowl rematch.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. This is a Bengals are kind of had their backs against the wall. They're 0-2. They're 0-2 against the spread. They gotta get this win. This is almost do or die for them. And Sean, what do you think?
I was hoping I could hear y'all's pick first, and then I could
Okay.
decide because
Okay.
Well, Sean, I'll
Yeah,
go
yeah.
first on this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
I got a stat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Joe
go.
Joe Burrow in his career versus non-divisional opponents is
Oh.
16-2 against the spread.
Really?
Oh.
Yep, and revenge game, like you said, backs against the wall. Hungry dog runs faster. Bengals minus 2.5 all day for me. I might try to find a book. It's out there somewhere where I can put into exact final score bet 23-20 Bengals, because that's reverse of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to try to
That'd be
look for
pretty
that,
crazy.
and I might sprinkle like a few bucks on that.
That'd
But
be
either
pretty
way,
crazy.
Bengals minus 2.5 is what I'm taking.
Yeah, I'm also taking Bengals minus 2.5 for all the reasons I said. Excuse me.
God bless you.
It's in tight.
Thanks. God blesses me every day. Yeah, I mean, they cannot go down 0-3. They
Season's over if they go 0-3.
pretty much like
Especially
they
in that
can't.
division, they're toast.
Yeah, they can't just give all this money to Joe Burrow and get nothing. He still could be hurt, but I mean, if we know anything about Joe Burrow since last year, he shits the bed the first two games, and then he's like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna run it back," and then they start winning games again. And so this, I'm hoping this is the moment that they come back, because I bet on them for 2 straight weeks and it has not gone well for me. So, um, I'm taking Bengals minus 2.5. Sean,
All right. You have convinced me. I will be taking Bengals minus 2.5.
Let's
If
go.
they do not cover this game, I have
are you gonna
taken the
hit me?
Bengals. No, not you. I have taken the Bengals in the past 2 weeks to cover the spread. If they do not cover this spread and lose outright to go down 0-3, they have made the list, and I will no longer bet on the Bengals for the rest of the season.
You just made the list.
I mean, I feel like that's fair.
Oh, that is fair.
This is like, strike 3 and you're out. This is crunch time. So, I hate this pick, but I'm gonna ride with it.
Okay.
I hate it. I hate this pick.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the main slate. So right now we're gonna go into our surefire bets. Hopefully I can win one of these. Um I guess I'm gonna send it to Chris first, because I don't know, I feel like I've been talking a lot. Chris, what is your double unit surefire cannot lose double unit play? I
I'm
think I
glad
said double unit twice.
Well,
I guess you have
Whatever.
to make it 4 units.
I'm not doing.
Yeah,
Actually, I might, because the bet that I have for my double unit surefire can't lose play of the week or whatever is I mean, it's a tale as old as time: death, taxes, and the Patriots beating the New York Jets. Patriots minus 2.5. Lock it. It made me a little. I opened at 3.5. Made me a little nervous. It dropped to 2.5 today. I mean, give it to me. Bill Belichick owns the New York Jets. He just does. I don't care if their defense is phenomenal. I don't care if Mac Jones is playing very average. The Patriots beat the Jets. They just do. They have not lost to the Jets in regulation since 2010. They haven't lost to them at all since 2015. I mean, Zach Wilson was dry humping his girlfriend last time the Jets beat the Patriots. So, Patriots minus 2.5 all day.
He was.
I,
He
li-
got a B.
I
He
like
went to
that pick.
BYU, right?
Yeah, he's a weirdo Mormon.
Yeah, he was. He
No
was
offense.
He was soaking.
No, yeah, that's they do that later. Also, I don't want to think about that. He was like what 16 years old, I think. He's 20 what 3 4 now. He was like 16 years old the last time the Patriots beat the Jets.
That's
Sorry,
crazy.
I cracked myself up a little bit.
But yeah, Patriots minus 2.5. I've taken it every year since I've been betting. So
Since I've been born.
yes, honestly, but it's free money at this point. So Patriots minus 2.5. Sean,
yeah.
what is your double unit surefire can't lose blah 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 bet of the week?
Surefire double unit guaranteed to win surefire bet of the week is Falcons +3. Like I said, I am riding with this team until they cross me. And I feel very confident about this Falcons game coming up. I think they're just going to run over Detroit. And it's not really going to be close. But I'm not taking money line. I'm still taking the spread. Yeah, that's... I went into it earlier. I don't really have much more to add. Falcons +3. Will, what do you got?
So my surefire double unit guaranteed to win play of the week is an ugly one.
Uh-oh.
It's an ugly bastard. But I love it. I think this is the trap game of the week. I have the Broncos +6.5 against the Dolphins. Okay.
I love that, Will. I love that.
I think this is an ugly, ugly bastard of a pick.
It is.
But I love it. Only a mother could love it. This is why. For the reason I said for my Commanders pick, +6.5, not quite a touchdown. Vegas lures these people into taking these 6.5 favored spreads because they know that it's not going to hit. They want you to think, oh, it's not even a touchdown. So that's why you take it. Because, I mean, if it was a Super Bowl this week, it would be Dolphins Cowboys. Dolphins look incredible. They're able to put up points. They're able to stop teams. And listen, if you think about it, the Broncos, they've only lost these two games by a combined 3 points. They've almost won both of their games.
Mm-hmm.
They have playoff aspirations, okay? Backs up against the wall. Hungry dog runs faster. I'm hoping that Russell Wilson isn't going to be dog shit in this game. It seems like he has more of a brain this year with Sean Payton, actually being, a competent coach at the helm in Denver. So I'm taking Broncos +6.5, double unit. I love it. It's ugly, but I love it. Boom. There we go.
That was perfectly said.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I thought a lot about it. I did a little research about, teams and shit. But anyway. All right, surefires are done. Now on to our bonus plays. Sean, what other plays do you have? Please tell me.
I'm glad you asked. Let me just go through here. So, that's interesting.
Share
So
with the
Like,
class.
so I was doing research yesterday, and I saw on FanDuel that the Vikings were favored by -1.5, and they were
mhm.
plus 100, and I was like, well, I'm hopping on that. As- Anytime I see a football spread that's plus odds, I'm just gonna take it. It's simple.
Mhm.
It's as simple as that. But now the Vikings
Wait,
are dogs at plus 1.5, which has me scratching my head a little bit.
You thinking about double dipping the chip?
No, not really. I think I'm just gonna keep it as is. Um, but yeah, that's one of them. I guess it's not really relevant anymore. But yeah, I've got Vikings -1.5. I got Patriots -2.5. Chris.
damn straight.
Um, okay, I'm gonna save the bad one for last. Okay. I got Bears Chiefs under 47.5, and I've got Panthers Seahawks over 42, Cowboys and Cardinals under 43. Now for the bad one that might take a little bit convincing with my mindset. I have the Houston Texans plus 9.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road.
Hmm.
I don't hate that. I thought
Talk to
about
me.
that.
I didn't
So,
think about it at all. I kind of just staying away from that game, but please enlighten me.
did you know that the Texans are 9-1 against the Jaguars straight up in their last 10,
That adding it to my card.
No, no, I didn't.
and they are 7-3 against the spread? Um, and the only time Trevor Lawrence has beaten the Texans is when it was crunch time to win the AFC. Beside, like the week before they played the Titans.
Yeah, when they went on that like what 7 game win streak or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This it's a super crunchy. Like I will not be surprised if the Texans lose by 20, honestly.
Hmm.
But this 9.5 is speaking to me. It's whispering sweet nothings into my ear.
I've
And
already taken it, so
oh, you've
you've
already taken
convinced
it?
me. Well, I have it written down now. I've
Oh, I
not, I
thought
will
you
be.
I thought
I
you
will
didn't.
be
Like you were
taking.
like
I will be taking it as soon as I can.
Yeah. So that's that's my one where I'm kind of like, eh, we'll see, but I feel good about it. And
Clearly,
did I say did I say the Packers Saints game?
no.
I don't
No.
remember. No. I've got the Packers -2.
Let's go.
Okay.
I don't really need. I think Jordan Love is doing a lot better than I thought he would,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
they can stay in games. Like I mean, I know
definitely.
they've played the Bears and the Falcons, but I mean, they can stay in games and they can get up early. If they can get up early on the Saints, I think it's over. So yeah, that's my card, and I'm sticking with it. Hoping to have another positive week. Um, I am 28-1 as of this moment.
Wait. Oh, jeez.
20 sorry,
Dash 8.
20 20-8-1.
Yeah, you said that was like in what?
Yeah, I realized that
That's
after I
still
said it. I talked kind of fast through it, but
that's still a very impressive record.
I'm
Sean's the only reason people watch this fucking show.
I'm I'm doing okay. I don't really know what's going on, but
Don't question it. Just
I'm
ride.
not questioning it, and I'm just gonna keep going with my gut and doing my same ritual throughout the week, and
What's
we'll
your
just see where
ritual?
that gets me. It's none of your business.
Oh, it's something dirty, isn't it?
It's not.
Okay.
Was I the last person, or Will? Sorry, you have your card.
I think you were the first.
I was the first.
I think so.
Wow. Oh shit. I talked for a while then. My bad. I talked so long that I thought y'all already went.
Nope.
Okay, who wants to go next?
Well, you got it.
I guess I'll go next. So in the Chargers Vikings game, both of these teams have their backs against the wall. Both of these teams can put up serious points. So I'm taking the over 54. I think it might be the highest over
It
on the
is.
slate this week. And you know what? I'm going to take it. This is just it screams over, and sometimes when it screams at you, you got to listen. So, I'm taking that over. I can't really choose whose back is against the wall more in that game, so I'm just rolling with points. And then my only other play is of course the Patriots -2.5 against the Jets.
Let's go.
Christopher.
All right. I have a relatively small rest of the bunch compared to other weeks. I will be adding more once Sunday comes along. I have Bears plus 12.5 written down just because Patrick Mahomes is god awful against the spread and these big numbers. But
Yeah.
apparently, Sean told me the Bears DC's like house got raided by the FBI or something. That's weird. So I'm staying away from. I'm just going to scratch that one off. I'm staying away from that. Packers -2. I think the Saints are very, very fraudulent. They have played nobody. And well, they played the Titans. The Titans offense or Ryan Tannehill was a joke that game. So Packers -2. I think they shove it. Then I have Broncos plus 6.5, Texans plus 9.5, and then back to the well, Panthers plus 6.5 against the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks are that good. Give me a touchdown. The Panthers, they just find ways to stay in these games. I don't grant playing bad teams is one way to do it, but I don't believe in this is more anti Seahawks than it is pro Panthers. So Panthers plus 6.5. That's all I got for now, but I will be adding more. So follow the Twitter.
Hell yes. Follow the Twitter. That's also where you'll find the Bandit picks, the Bandit parlay,
College
Bandit the
picks.
gambling dog, college picks. I'm probably gonna pick a couple less games on Saturday for the college slate just because I got my ass kicked. I just kept betting. I just kept betting on shit throughout the
I
day. I'm like, fuck, I lost. And then I add one more
gotta
play.
chase it.
Yeah, and I hate it. I thought for sure Colorado was going to cover in that game, just with all the shit that was happening before and
That
pregame. I was like, this is a lock.
I had
And
that over, man. That was fun. I
one,
was like going down the stretch. I was like, okay. I was doing my gambling math. I was like, I need double overtime for this to hit. So let's just fuck it, see what happens, and double overtime.
hell yeah.
It
Hell yeah.
rocked.
When Will and I were watching the games, I had already lost like everything, and I hadn't, and I still had Colorado, and I go, Will, I may have lost all of my bets today, but I have never been more sure of Colorado minus 21.5.
I was like, you're right, Sean.
And sure enough, wrong again. God. I don't know what I'm going to do Saturday. I really don't. I haven't even looked at college. Like,
Yeah, I haven't looked either.
There are a few that I like, but can't give those out yet. I ended up doing all right on Saturday. I think I went like 5-7. That's not good, but I started legitimately 0-6. So, I mean, all things considered, that's not awful.
Yeah, you do that. You that happens to you a lot. With
College is
like
a
you just like win four and then you lose six and then you win three, or you just have these streaks
well,
that you do.
Saturdays are a nightmare at my house. It's like it's either from like 11 to like 4, I'm in a phenomenal mood, or I'm just in a awful mood. And then from 4 until 9 or 10, I'm like, well, hey, we're turning the corner. And it's like, well, I got to stay up until 2 to watch the Pac-12. So
Plus the
Saturdays,
Hawaii game.
they're a grind. But I'm up overall. So it's been fun, I guess you could say.
Let's go. Yeah, that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Any interaction with this really helps us out, really helps our reach. Yeah. And follow us on Twitter and tweet us if you take our picks or if we lose, chirp us. Feel free. Yeah, anything else, boys?
I think that's it.
I'm good.
All right.
Ready to make
Stay
more
tuned
money.
for Bandit's pick. That's right. Stay tuned for Bandit picks. And there's 3 of us. Now let's make some